Hello, my beautiful friends. I'm here with my impressions slash review slash phlegmpressions of Super Mario Odyssey's latest update. And yeah, as usual, it's phlegmpressions because I'm getting over a cold. I don't know what it is about these kinds of impressions videos. I always have a cold when I'm doing them. Ugh. So this is Luigi's Balloon World, and usually I would start with like a summary or something before I told you any of my own feelings, but I've just got to launch right into it. When Nintendo first showed us this mode, minigame, whatever you might call it, I thought it was kind of cool, but really not that impressive. I don't know, just not that exciting. I was basically certain that I would boot it up, find a couple balloons, do a quick video about it right here, and be done with it forever. I am hooked on this thing. I am absolutely hooked right now. I am having so much more fun than I ever thought I would have. So you can find Luigi in every kingdom now, and you can choose whether to take part in hiding a balloon or finding one. When you hide, you've got a limited amount of time to stash your balloon somewhere, pretty much anywhere you want, and how long you take affects how long a person's got to find it. When you find, you select a person from a list of presumably random folks, and you've got a limited amount of time to find the one they hid. And this is done really well. Like when you're finding, you've got an arrow that points you to the balloon, but it fades after only a few moments. At any point you can stop moving completely and the arrow will return, but that like seriously hurts your time. It's almost a death sentence sometimes. Whenever you find, you've got to pay to try, and different balloons require different entry fees and have different rewards. It all deals in coins, by the way. The whole thing is about betting and winning coins, and it's this really fun risk and reward kind of thing, choosing which balloon you want to go for. If you fail to find one, do you keep trying and following the arrow until you find it, or do you just move on to another balloon? Some extra tough ones will just tantalize you, and you'll find yourself just dumping a bunch of money into them because, I got to find that stupid balloon. You'll always be hedging your bets and trying to make the most money. When you hide a balloon, you get a little money whenever someone else goes looking for it. The more attempts, the more money you get, so there's this constant push to find the next great spot and really stump everyone. If someone finds it though, it pops and you've got to place a new one. You can have one in each kingdom naturally, so you'll constantly be dipping back into each to find new places or retry old ones. The game makes this very easy for you too. Luigi is always near the Odyssey when you land, and when you start to play, he'll take you to a nice little central spot on the map, so finding and hiding is easier, and then when you're done, he'll take you back to his original spot, so you can just hop right back in the Odyssey and head to another kingdom. And I gotta tell you guys, man, this whole thing is extremely addictive. Between the finding and the hiding, it's this constant feedback loop. On top of coins, there's the draw of ranking up, and all sorts of things feed into this ranking system. No, there are no substantial rewards for any of this beyond coins and ranks, but it's fun for its own sake. It's a lot like the main game. A lot of the game's moons don't do anything, and that's a problem for some people, but I find that core gameplay so fun that I'll take any and all tasks the game can throw at me. And this is no different. In fact, this is a really, really excellent way to get people back into the game. It requires a deeper familiarity with the levels and can really test every one of your platforming skills. Even if you've run out of moons, like me, now there are basically an infinite number of these little challenges. It's just something to do, something that will always be sitting there and waiting for you when you boot up the game. And seeing as I love this game so gosh darn much, I can't even tell you how valuable this is. I'm not really into speedrunning, but this fulfills that slight interest I have in it, that interest in just being a little better than I am. It's something to push me just a little further than I usually have to go. Some of these balloons are hidden in ways that I just have no idea, and I can't wait to dig deeper into this thing and rise to the challenge. And as was obviously Nintendo's intention, Luigi's Balloon World gets me to pick up the game way, way more often. I can't stop turning on my Switch to see how many people found my balloons and how much money I made and how many ranks I gained. And of course, once I've done that, I've got to go plop down some more balloons real quick before I quit again. One great thing about it is that, yeah, it only gives you coins, but it gives you a lot of coins. Even playing it pretty safe and going for easier balloons, you're gonna make a lot of moolah if you just stay consistent. Finding a lot of balloons in a row, finding them fast, ranking up, stumping other players, all of this will give you coins. And the higher your rank, the higher your base reward for finding balloons. So I imagine after you've been playing a good while, you'll just be rolling in it. Coins per minute, it's probably still not any better than just grinding coins in this special stage right here. That gets you a lot, but it's a heck of a lot more fun, I'll tell you that much. And all the extra coins are good because this update also comes with some new costumes and they're really expensive. So at the very least, you've got something to work up to here, even if it probably won't take you very long. Hey, I actually have a number of costume pieces left to buy from the base game, but got really tired of grinding, so I'm very pleased with this new money-making option. So far, I still haven't been able to buy all the new costumes, but they're pretty awesome. I mean, come on, Sunshine costume. That is too cool. The musician's outfit or whatever, I don't know, only okay, kind of plain. But I sure like that suit of armor. That is way fun. The update comes with 2 new photo mode filters as well, and while I can't say I'm inclined to mess around with the feature too much, these new ones are really cool. I'm sure much more inventive people than me are gonna find some really cool ways to use these. I mean, look at this neon one, it's amazing. Mario was born in the 80s and yet has never been more 80s than he is now. So that's pretty much the update. I could probably blab about Luigi's Balloon World for a lot longer, but let's stop here. It's really great though. I'm thoroughly impressed that they were able to not only come up with such a neat idea, but implement it so perfectly. Everything about it so far seems really fair and well designed, and there are a lot of ways this thing could have been done incorrectly and paved the way for exploits and unfairness. And you know what? I honestly feel like Nintendo could have charged for this. And that's saying something coming from me. I am pretty cheap. I'm always just like, this game's not quite worth it unless it's on sale, or this game's too short for the price, or this DLC doesn't really offer enough content. But this? They could have slapped just a couple more costumes and photo filters in there and easily sold it for $5. I would gladly pay $5 for the enjoyment I'm getting out of this. So if you haven't given Luigi's Balloon World a try yet, turn off this dumb video and get to it. Go find you some balloons. And until next time, I'm gonna go edit this video, hide some more balloons, then lie in bed and eat soup while I binge watch The Great British Baking Show. Bye. Ugh.